Hi, my name is Craig Eckwright. I am the worship director at Grace Gathering. These last many years have been really painful. I remember as the pandemic was just starting and tensions were rising and panic was kind of setting in across the world, we had a leadership team meeting and Chris Norman shared the idea that he sensed God calling us to grow in our hunger and thirst for Him. He said, we want to come out of this closer to the Father. I didn't share with him then, but I can share now. I didn't see that in my own life. I prayed for you. I prayed hard that you would grow in hunger. I just didn't have the faith to see it myself. It's been a tough journey, this journey through cancer, and tougher than I've let anybody let on. I've tried multiple times to get close to God through things that I've used to do in the past, disciplines I've practiced, but nothing seemed to draw me close. I really know it was more me than it was Him. I would let Him get close, but then I'd keep Him at arm's length because the last time He got close, it hurt way too much. Well, I was sparked earlier last year by a book by Jeremy Riddle called The Reset, to think a little bit differently about how I was pursuing the Lord. And he really stresses in the book about pursuing Him wholeheartedly with purity. And it was really the beginning of something I really can't explain in words, but I'll do my best. Several other things happened over the course of a couple of months that led me to my knees and really seeking the Father on what was happening. One of those was an invitation I received to a worship gathering here in New Haven. I attended the gathering for about 4 hours and it felt like 10 minutes. I spent time journaling and praying and just listening and singing. And I didn't know what was going on there, but I knew it was something special. I ended up meeting the director of the worship gathering and sharing stories, and we had very similar stories. And I told him I wanted to be involved in whatever capacity is possible. I'd never been in a situation, never been in an environment like that before, but I wanted to do more of it. And so he asked me to lead worship. And I said, that's not really what I was thinking about. I was thinking about maybe cleaning or setting up chairs or something like that. But I reluctantly agreed, and I went the following month and led a 2-hour set of worship. I'd never done it before. And it was liberating. It was challenging. But I wanted more of it. Again, it was all about pursuing the heart of Jesus. The feeling of being drawn in to the presence of the Lord was just palpable. You could feel the Lord's presence there. The day after that, one of the friends that was with me was doing a senior project at St. Francis, and the project was to record, it was to capture what was happening in this community. And in the midst of that worship event, I found myself on my face, just crying out to the Lord. And for the first time in many years, just saying, God, I am tired of holding you at a distance. I'm tired of pretending everything's okay. I want more of you. And in my crying out, He led me to chapter 16 in John, verse 12, when Jesus talks to the disciples. He says, I have much more to say to you, much more than you can even bear. And in that moment, I sensed God telling me, I have so much more of me to give you, but I'm only going to give you as much as you can bear. So keep pursuing me, and I'll reveal myself to you. And I had that sense months ago, and I still feel it today, that I have a sense of hope for the future, passion to pursue God. And it was all just in the midst of me pouring out my heart to Him in worship and in prayer. And I want more and more and more of that. And I pray the same thing for you, that as we pursue Him together as a community, and even as a wider community in Fort Wayne, that God would pour out His Spirit on you, that He would pour out His Spirit on the churches in Fort Wayne, and that ripple effect would just bring the glory of God to earth in our day.